So, what are couples most likely to argue about on holiday? The answer is flirting.
Okay. According to a recent survey from trivage.co.uk, most couples have an argument if they think their partner was flirting with someone else. Then couples are likely to row about the weather, and who's in charge of the holiday is the third most common cause of arguments. Couples from Sweden are the least likely in Europe to fall out when on holiday. Now, Right Stuff psychologist Anjula Mutanda has stayed with us to help you have a happy holiday this summer. What sort of calls are you after, Angela?
People who are going on holiday with their friends, that's a big one, because people...
But why is that such an issue?
Well, because, you know, people don't... They make assumptions about how it's going to be. It's going to be fantastic, and they don't plan ahead, they don't organise, they don't think about who's going to pay for what. And often, you know, one person might think, I don't want to pay for them. Yeah. What do we do? And also, choosing your destination with your friends. Your friends may go, oh, yeah, let's do 5-star, and you're thinking, no, I can only afford 2-star, what am I going to do?
It's often the petty stuff, isn't it? I remember going on holiday with friends,
yeah.
There's 3 of us having a meal, and the bill came, and one of the friends said, well, I think my main course would cost a couple of quid less than yours did, and yours did, so I think it's unfair to split the bills. I think those sort of things are...
Absolutely, and then people sit there in their rooms going, it's not fair, and I'm not happy, and they let it brew, and it spills over, they come home, they're not talking. Yeah,
now, what are the family issues? I mean, I guess there are very obvious tensions that can flag. Why do they tend to come up on holiday? Is it because you're spending...
Enforced togetherness. It's like Christmas, but at summer.
What does that say about the state of your marriage, though, or your relationship?
It doesn't, because it actually shows that probably a lot of the time we're busy working, we don't have much time to spend with our families, and then when we look forward to that time, we get it together, and we start thinking, oh, God, this is difficult. Because people, again, they don't organise their time together well, and they make many assumptions about each other. I thought you were going to take the kids there while I was on the sunbed. I thought you were going to do... Hang on a minute. Why didn't you talk about it before you went away?
Yeah, sure. But you see my point, though, that if when you actually get around to spending a lot of time together you fall out, isn't that... Surely that is a bit of a statement about how compatible you are in the first place. What you're really saying is we only get on when we don't really see much of each other. When we have a normal daily routine.
You could say that, but actually having an argument is also a very important part of a relationship. It's how you resolve it that really matters. And that's why when people have that time together, like at Christmas or like in the summer holidays, if they do find that they're having a row, it's how to do it constructively, resolve it and move on, and find constructive ways of dealing with each other. That's important.
And you are going to help people to constructively get through a row. OK, let's go to our calls. If you want to ring us as well, we've got a few minutes left. 0207 173 5555. Particularly if you're about to go away, which I imagine an awful lot of people are, then this is a good time. You're just a bit concerned. Angela is here for you. 0207 173 5555. Amy, who have we got first of all?
OK, our first caller is going on holiday alone. He's a little bit worried about it. It's Christine on line 1.
All right, good morning to you, Christine.
Good morning.
Hello, Christine. When are you going on holiday?
I'm going on holiday 25th of August to 1st of September.
Oh, OK. Where are you going?
Going to Madeira. Place for old people, apparently.
Well, is that right? Have you heard that? Are you familiar?
That?
I didn't know that, Christine.
I didn't know that.
Do you consider yourself old?
Well, I'm 58, so I am.
OK.
No.
So you're going to Madeira, 25th of August, on your own. Well, you're through to Angela. Why are you so concerned about it?
Because I think it's the meals in the evening that are bothering me. You know, sitting there, you know, looking around with no one to talk to and everybody looking at me, and what do I do? Do I take a book with me, or is that rude, or, you know, that sort of thing?
Yeah, it's everything. I mean, is this a trip for lots of people who are single, or you've just made a plan?
On impulse. Well, normally I'm happy just sitting at home and pottering about in the garden, but we've had such a bad summer I won't get a tan that way. So I thought just on impulse, I booked this week in Madeira. And then I woke up the next morning absolutely terrified at the thought of it.
I think you can see that, though, can't you?
I can understand that.
Sunday on your own is fine. It's restaurants. It's going into a restaurant and asking for a table for one.
Yeah, I know, and people do look at you funny, which is really peculiar.
Or do they, or do you just think it's more a feeling of yourself?
I think it's both and I think if you're going on holiday on your own, I think one of the things you've got to plan to do is to make friends with people, you know, be open and out there and say hello and do that meet and greet thing. And don't be embarrassed about the fact that you're on your own. So what? And if you want to to take a book and read it by the beachside, then do that. Do whatever you feel is right for you. But you've also got to give off that sort of feeling that you want to meet and connect with people. And that's a really important thing that you can do. Just smiling, saying hello.
A bit late to do that when she gets to the restaurant. You don't want to go up to the table, hey, do you mind if I join you?
No, but it doesn't matter if you know. But if you're meeting and greeting people through the day and people say, are you on your own? You say, yeah, you know, I'm having a fantastic time. Often people on holiday are much more open. Would you like to join us for a meal? Yes, you would, and do it that way. But I think if you go with this in a state of mind saying, this isn't going to work out, I'm going to be terrified, then you will exude that
Well,
kind
I've
of
got an
feeling.
idea. What about if Christine goes to the restaurant, asks for a table for two, and sits there and just keeps looking at her watch, thereby implying that somebody else is about to...
Is that what you do? Is that what you do?
I just think it's a potential solution, Angela.
Oh, but then Christine's got reduced chance of meeting some fantastic people.
Okay.
And I think, you know, she sounds fab. You sound great. I'd want to make friends with you.
Christine, it turns out that my solution is idiotic in no circumstances.
I never said that.
Listen to a word I say. I hope you have a good trip on the 25th. All the best to you, Christine. Thank you. Amy, who else we got?
OK, let's go to Grace on line 2.
OK, Grace, good morning to you.
Good morning.
What's it now? This is about paying for things on holiday, which we touched on earlier, Grace. What do you want to say to Angela?
Hi, Angela.
Hello.
Basically, I'm going to see my aunt in Australia, who I've met before. She's got 4 children who I've never met before. They've all got children. They've got lots of things planned, like days out. And obviously, we're going to be going for lunch. Their husbands are going to be at work. So my husband, myself and my children are going to be with them. Who pays and at what point? I'm just worried that...
It's a great question.
That's
Grace, we'll have to be quick. Tell her very quick. It's a good question.
Well, I think the thing is, don't make any assumptions. Make a plan before you go away about your budget and just send a quick email and say, you know, we're looking forward to coming. We'd love to pay for 3 or 4 meals. You know, be very, very clear before you go so that everybody knows where they stand before you land abroad. You know, I think that's the best way to tackle it so that you're not just worrying and they're not just worrying and then people get resentful about money. Have a budget and say, this is what I'd like to do when I come to visit you.
That's it. Grace, thank you so much for calling. I think that is the solution.
Yeah.
Or just let other people pay.
Oh, that's just you.
But thank you. I'm afraid that is all you're going to get from us this morning. No time for any more calls, I'm afraid. So thank you, Angela, for all of your help. You've been tremendous. Now, what can I tell you about tomorrow's show? Well, my special guest is the hilarious comic and author Danny Wallace. Danny Wallace is on the show. Danny Wallace is on the show. And we'll be finding out if you can be gay and a Christian. That's got nothing to do with Danny. They are 2 entirely separate things. Look forward to that. If you missed any of today's show, you can rewatch it on Fiverr shortly. See you at 9. Bye-bye.